My name's Dan Gladstone from Jupiter IT Solutions, and this is my story. I wasn't very good at school, and I had a really fixed mindset at school. I believed that I was the victim. Everybody who was smart and clever was just born that way. It's okay for them, they're smart, they find it easy, they have parents who show an interest in their work, it's all right for them. So as a result, I hung around with people that were the same as me, that didn't really care for school, it wasn't important to them, and as a consequence, I left school with no qualifications and no real prospects. And then I discovered bodybuilding. And what I loved about bodybuilding was the fact that it gave me a sense of ownership. It was on me. Everything was on me. If I missed a training session, it was on me. If I missed a meal, it was on me. But I also liked the fact that I could see physical changes in my body. The harder I worked, the more physical changes that I could see. And it started to slowly shift my mindset as a result that effort yielded results. The harder I worked, the more results that I could see. After a few years of training, it was mentioned to me that maybe I should think about competing and entering competitions. I was toying with the idea, but in my mind I was thinking I'm not good enough, I'm not big enough, I'm not muscular enough. And all these voices in my head was constantly telling me that I wasn't enough. And eventually I started hanging around with guys in the gym who were competing, who were at that level. And I picked up the confidence and I decided to compete. First year, I didn't place. When you enter bodybuilding competition, if you don't finish in the top 3, it's called you don't place. So you could be 4th, you could be 15th, you don't know, you simply don't place. The second year I entered competitions, I didn't place again. The third year I entered a bodybuilding competition, I came second at the North East Championships and I qualified for the Mr. Britain Championships. The fourth year I competed, I entered the Mr. UK Championships and I won the whole competition and I was crowned Mr. UK. In 2007, I co-founded Jupiter IT Solutions, an IT consultancy firm. I learned a lot of valuable lessons when I was bodybuilding that I've been able to apply to business. I'm just going to share some of them with you now. One of them is that hard work trumps talent completely. There was people that was more talented than me in the competitions. They didn't have to train as hard, they found it easy. But I knew if I worked harder and I had persistence and I didn't give up, that I would get and achieve what I wanted to achieve, which was to win the championships, and I did that. And in business, it's the same. If you work hard and you persist, it beats talent all day long. It also taught me about ownership and extreme ownership, that it's all on me. And when I look back at those years of competing in bodybuilding and the first years, I probably didn't work as hard as I could have done. I didn't put the effort in when I was dieting and getting ready for a competition. It's all, again, it was on me. And I've since learned that it's always on you. You've got nobody else to blame. You can't be the victim. If you're doing your exams and you don't get the results that you want, perhaps you didn't study as hard as you could have done. It also taught me about positive habits. And daily positive habits have a long-term effect. Consistency, positive habits, when I apply them in training, small wins daily, applied in business, are the same thing. They yield massive returns over a long period of time. It also taught me the lesson of surrounding yourself in positive environments and staying away from negative people. If you surround yourself with people that have achieved what you want to achieve, then you're able to feed off them and it breeds a culture of doing well for yourself. It also taught me that failure isn't really failure. It's only failure if you give up. If you keep failing, you're learning a lesson every step of the way. Them first competitions where I'd lost, I was disheartened to start with, but it taught me so many lessons where I was ultimately able to achieve my goals towards the end. And business is no different. You fail, you learn. You fail, you learn. You fail, you learn. And you grow and you grow. It's only failure if you give up. My final thought is comparing bodybuilding to business is that with persistence and hard work, you can achieve absolutely anything.